few tips if you're thinking about moving to Roatan, but you're not sure you're ready for the full commitment, so you're going to give it about 6 months, or you're a digital nomad and just want to bounce around from island to island, or well, wherever you want to. So this is a part 2 on digital nomads. We've already talked about the internet a lot on the island, but a few things we didn't talk about is temporary living or temporary living situations. So for rentals, we are a short-term tourist island, so anything over a month is kind of considered more of a long-term rental. If you're here one month, or well, over a month to up to a year, you will be in the kind of considered the long-term rental pool, which I would expect about $1,000 a month, potentially more depending on what you're looking for. This will be a nice 1-bed, 1-bath in either the West Bay or West End area. If you are staying in the West End area, which is probably the most popular for people once they get, or when they first get to the island, so they can kind of get their feet wet, see how the island is. It is very walkable and accessible in West Bay, or West End, excuse me. I'm in West Bay right now. So with West End, you don't really need a car, but you can have a car. It is very foot heavy, or foot friendly, I will say. Lots of restaurants, lots of things to do. You will have good internet. You also have some internet cafes if you need them for any reason, with backup generators. But I would expect for your rents, it is, well, easier if you get to the island to find a rental. Sometimes you can do it online. I'd say the earlier the better, because those long-term rentals are kind of hard to find because everyone is doing the short-term rental thing. So another thing to keep in mind, if you're going to be here for 6 months, it would be great if, well, from a cost perspective, is to not be here from December to April, which is our high season. So you will have a better rate on your rent if you rent from May through November of the year, but you will also be there in rainy season, which is not, well, it's really not that bad. It's just, it can rain for a day or two, but then it does get sunny. So next thing, you don't really want to invest in a property yet, so that's why you're getting a rental, but you also might not want to buy a car or a scooter. So the scooters and car renting, anything is more of a daily rate here, because we are very much a tourist island. Renting a car, the monthly rentals are going to be about the same as renting a house. So it's going to be close to $1,000 a month for a decent car. Scooters, you can rent them for probably around $300 a month. Another thing to consider, but it also adds more to your plate, is to either, buy a car or buy a scooter. You can buy used. Cars do maintain their value very well, but then you will have the added time and learning experience of buying and selling in Roatán, Honduras. But if you are considering a scooter, you can buy new scooters or motorcycles for around, I believe, $1,300 to $1,800 on average. And you can actually source them right on the island. So it's not that bad of an idea to just buy a scooter while you're here, especially if you're in the West End area. It is more than you'll need. Motorcycle is my preference, just because you have a little bit more control when you are turning, and some of the cabs drive very fast. Then you can sell your scooter or bike when you leave, and things do hold their value. It won't be the same as a new vehicle, but it is going to be a lot cheaper than renting, just because we only really have daily rates for things of that nature. Thank you so much for tuning in to our follow-up on digital nomad in Roatán, Honduras, or just moving to Roatán temporarily to see if you like the lifestyle. Please let me know if you ever have any questions. My door is always open.